Hi. So I am starting another vlog. Hello, welcome. It is April 6th and I took a little bit of a break from vlogging just so I can concentrate more on like making stuff and, you know, filling the kiln and getting it going and stuff. So that's really cool. I did do a bisque, so I get to glaze today, which is really nice. And today is the first day. And it feels like the first day in like a month and a half. And I think it has been about a month and a half that I have the house to myself again. So my husband went back to work. Not that he wasn't working, that's the thing. He was working, but working from home because he was exposed to a positive case. So every time he's exposed to a positive case, we get tested. I think it's a little bit much for me to also get tested, but might as well, right? But that being said, you know, we're careful and we both go get tested as soon as we know. And then we also just like, you know, don't do anything. But yeah, so he kind of got exposed back to back. So it was just like 1 week quarantine and then went back to school for like 3 days and then he got exposed again. And he already has one shot. I'm just so glad that our state is starting to vaccinate and teachers got a head start. I was able to actually get a workout in and I did my bullet journal. It's really cute. I did a Studio Ghibli theme this April, this month. And I got these two new washi tapes. Well, one's the stickers and one's washi tape. And they're both by, let me make sure I get the name right, Cheryl Dactyl. I'm gonna put a link because it's super cute. So I have these little stickers. They're like little washi stickers of the Soot Sprites. And then this washi tape has a bunch of Studio Ghibli characters, but like as cafe things. And it's so cute. But yeah, so I spent the morning playing with this. That's super cute. And I already sent out an invoice for some people, respond to some comments, like it feels good. And it's barely 11 o'clock. Normally I'm not getting very much done. Like I start stuff at 11. I've been very slow lately. But yeah, so that feels really good. And I have to glaze today. And there was something else I wanted to mention. Oh, one thing. When I go downstairs, you guys will come with me. Oh, one more thing. Oh, they're right here. So I really wanted to show you guys this because I thought these were super stinking cute. My sketchbook is still over there. But so I made these notepads. And I think they're adorable. I made them for my Patreon. My inkjet printer isn't the best, so like the quality of what this looks like versus if I were to get these printed on better paper or with a better printer, very different. But regardless, like look at that, it's a little notepad. And I think I'm gonna use these when I write notes to orders. But yeah, at the $5 tier they get a digital download and I'm trying to like mix it up a little. Like normally I've been doing either a desktop or a iPhone or like a phone wallpaper or even just like a digital print. But I thought this was really cute. So I made a little printable where you can make your own notepad. I don't know if something like this would sell, but who knows? Maybe I will order some notepads and start getting into stationery. I started off with this size and then I was just like, oh wait, I think this size might be better in terms of setting it up to fit on a 8.5 by 11 paper. Still figuring it out. And then the strawberry, I don't think you guys have seen this because the last time I vlogged was like the middle of March. But let me go get my sketchbook. So I wanted to do my next shop update to be fruit themed. I'm not sold on the mugs that I doodled. Like, I don't know if these would be cute mugs. Like, would they be cute enough for people to buy them? I don't know. I guess I'll make one and see how it goes. Obviously I'm gonna start with peach because that's the fruit of my island. Here's the first thing I sketched because quarterly my Patreon patrons get a little sculpt and they voted on the bird. But I drew this strawberry and I thought it was super cute. So I was just like, let me draw some more. And I wanted it to be fruit themed for like Animal Crossing and stuff. So I started with the Animal Crossing fruit. And then I just started adding more fruit. And I made them little blob shaped. Like I started with like the normal shape and I was just like, let's see what it looks like as, you know, the shape that I like. Then I drew some more. So I scanned these in and I used the strawberry one for this thing. And I think I will scan these in and or redo some of them digitally because like the peach one, I'm not crazy about the peach little blob, but I do really like the cherry, orange, and apple and the pear. And I really like these two as like a blackberry. Look at them, he's so cute. And the pineapple. They're both so cute. So I have to pack up. I got an order of stickers on my Etsy. So I have to pack that and then I get to go glaze. I'm so happy to be vlogging again. And I'm so happy to have the house to myself.
This is the sustainable support piece. And I think those things, knowing I need a clean kitchen, knowing I need an hour with quiet time, knowing, you know, reminders of the thing, like get out into nature, you know, farmers, and like focus on, you know, passion and trying to get into a business or like, you know, when those things have no guilt, like you show up, it doesn't need to be a conversation of guilt necessarily, but let's say, you know, you are prioritizing, you know, let's say you ain't cooking this like bigger guilt of like a bowl of rose or my biggest problem. And I always find, because I'm also, if I'm being honest, and if you ask my, you know, best friend,
Okay, so while I'm glazing, I wanted to talk a little bit about the process. Just because I know like setting up a home studio is its own challenge, and like
some of the decisions that some people make versus others, just like help you figure out what you might want to do if you're a potter. So I like to dip and pour my glaze on the inside. So I just poured all of these. Okay, so my battery died, but I was able to finish the insides of most of the pots. They're getting the aqua glaze, so this glaze will turn into this glaze on the inside. And I like to do all of my insides first. That sounds funny. I like to do the inside of the cups first because it allows the glaze, or the whole cup really, to dry a little bit before I do the next stage. Because when it's wet, if this glaze isn't dry when I try to do the outside, the bisqueware might not accept enough of the glaze that I want to put on the outside, which can lead to like patchy. It'll look patchy sometimes, or it could mess with the like effects that I want to happen on the glaze and stuff like that. So I like to do all the insides first, and then once all the insides are done, then I do the outsides. Sometimes I'll wait a day if it's really damp. Like this one still feels pretty damp, but I think by the time I'm done doing all the insides, it should be okay. It's not as picky for all the glazes, but it's a precaution that I like to take. Just to be safe, you know? As far as building up your own studio, it's a tricky decision because depending on the school you went to or whatever environment you're used to, maybe they already had pre-mixed glazes. Maybe it was a Cone 10 studio. And, you know, there's this pressure in the ceramics world to, there we go. There's a pressure in the ceramics world to mix your own glazes, mix your own clay. And to be honest, I don't think that makes you less of a potter if you're using commercial glazes. And I don't think it makes you less of a potter to not know how. But I will say, knowing how to mix your own glazes is valuable information because you could have more knowledge into, say, like, let's say these two things weren't compatible, this commercial glaze and the clay that I like to use. I know that there's things that I can add to it to make the glaze work for this clay body. And I know how to like add a mason stain to a clear, so that way it's a little bit personalized, but still not, you know, full-blown making my own glazes. And I still have a little bit left from when I was doing my post back of some glazes that I made. And I do recommend at least looking into it and reading about glazes. But I really like mixing, like using commercial glazes that come in these gallon-sized buckets. And as far as I know, I think Clayscapes is the cheapest. Or, excuse me, people don't like using the word cheapest. It's the most affordable. Because I can get like, let's see, 5 pounds dry of clear is like 2 gallons. And that's like for 20 bucks. So for 20 bucks to have enough clear glaze to do a whole bunch of stuff, it's pretty cool. But yeah, investing in these buckets, while it is kind of pricey to begin with, in the long run, it is still cheaper than buying like those pints. Also the amount of time you save, because when you're dipping and pouring, it's just so much quicker than having to do brush on coats of stuff. While we're here and I'm thinking about glazes and stuff, one book that I will recommend, I highly recommend it to anyone and everyone who wants to know more about glazes. I always forget the name of it, but I'm gonna put a picture I'm gonna put a picture up of the book while I'm glazing here. And this book has so many wonderful examples, and not only that, but like it has a whole section in it about troubleshooting common problems that happen Like, what does dunting mean? What does this type of crack mean? What happens if it leaks? How do you test for absorption? All of those types of troubleshooting things. It has a whole section on that, and it has a whole, like the beginning half of it is all about like the history of different colors. Like, when did they first show up? Like, when did they first show up in history and on pottery? And common like minerals and stuff used to make those colors. I think the book is such a valuable resource. Anyone and everyone who's doing ceramics, whether you're mixing your own glazes or not, you gotta have this book. And then it also has a whole bunch of recipes. And when I was making my own glazes, I tried a bunch of the clears in there, and I ended up using and modifying a kitten's clear because one of my favorite potters, Molly Hatch, that's what she uses. I feel like Regina George, or well, when Regina wears army pants and flip-flops, I want to wear army pants and flip-flops. So, a little bit like that. No, but seriously, she was just doing a lot of the same sort of things that I like to do, which is a lot of underglaze work. And I just really wanted a nice, crisp, clear glaze that was friendly to the underglazes. And it's called Kitten's Clear. So, yeah, it's a popular clear glaze, I think, in the ceramics community. I think that's something cool about ceramics, is that a lot of things are passed down from apprentice, and just that sharing of knowledge is cool. I enjoy it. Hopefully you guys are liking this little glaze talk.